The Democratic Party's brand is struggling in key congressional battlegrounds. Nearly 2 months into the second administration of Donald Trump, a majority of voters in pivotal House districts still perceive Democrats in Congress as more focused on helping other people than people like me, according to an internal poll conducted by the Democratic group Navigator Research. Among independents, only 27% believe Democrats are focused on assisting them, compared to 55% who think they're focused on others. This polling, shared first with Politico, represents one of the first comprehensive surveys of voters in swing congressional districts since November 2024. House Democratic members and staff are scheduled to hear from one of the researchers, who will present their findings at their Caucus Issues Conference on Wednesday in Leesburg, Virginia. The meeting aims to guide members' messaging as they prepare for the 2026 midterms, and the survey indicates that the party has significant work to do to repair its image. Molly Murphy, one of the pollsters involved in the research by Navigator, a project within the Hub Project, a Democratic nonprofit group, stated, "The Democratic brand is still not where it needs to be in terms of core trust and understanding people's challenges." She added that even though voters are critical of Trump and some of his actions, this criticism does not translate into trust in Democrats. The trust has to be earned, she emphasized. Particularly concerning for Democrats were findings related to voters' views on Democrats and work. Only 44% of those polled believe Democrats respect work, while even fewer, 39%, think the party values work. Only 42% said Democrats share their values. Meanwhile, a majority, 56%, feel that Democrats are not looking out for working people. Only 39% believe Democrats have the right priorities. Murphy explained, "We've always had the stigma of being the welfare party, but I do think this is related to a post-COVID feeling that we don't care about people working, and we've had a very long hangover from that, which feels really, really consequential." She added, "How can you care about working people if you don't care about work? It's going to be really hard in the midterms if voters don't think we care about work." Republicans also face their own branding issues, with 54% of voters expressing an unfavorable view of Republicans in Congress. Only about a third of voters approve of the GOP's handling of the economy. However, Democrats' difficulties appear to run deeper. For instance, the poll found a significant 69% of voters feel Democrats are too focused on being politically correct. Another 51% said elitist describes the Democratic Party well. Since Trump's re-election, Democrats have struggled to present a coherent message, even as the president has caused market turmoil over tariffs. During the presidential address last week, some congressional Democrats protested Trump with signage and walkouts, while others mocked these resistance attempts. This reflects a party disconnected from its own brand, as 2024 postmortems revealed voters saw Democrats as weak and overly focused on diversity and elites. This issue for Democrats is compounded by findings that House Republicans still hold an advantage on the economy, even amid widespread economic uncertainty in Trump's early term. In the Navigator survey of 62 competitive House districts nationwide, voters said they trust Republicans over Democrats on handling the economy by a 5-point margin, 46% to 41%. Voters also trust Republicans more than Democrats by a 7-point margin on responding to inflation, 44% to 37%. Just 38% of voters believe that Democrats' policies prioritize the middle and working class, while 35% believe they primarily benefit the wealthy. Another 18% feel they're geared toward the poor. Similarly, only 38% of voters said GOP's policies were focused on the middle and working class, while 56% said they were focused on the wealthy. Murphy pointed out that for a long time, Democrats have asked voters to look at their plan and then extrapolate from a list of policies what they stand for, rather than telling voters what they stand for and then having policies that back that up. The data suggests Democrats' challenges are still about what and who we care about, which cannot be answered with a policy list. there were some glimmers of hope for Democrats in the research. Their incumbents are more popular in their home districts than their Republican counterparts. 44% view the Democrats favorably compared with 41% who see their GOP officials favorably. In a generic ballot matchup ahead of the 2026 midterms, Democrats hold a 2-point advantage, 42% to 40%. To capitalize on this opportunity, Murphy advised that we can't get distracted by distractions, and Trump and Republicans are excellent at throwing up those distractions. She concluded by saying that Democrats need to keep focusing on tariffs and healthcare costs, because that's what voters are indicating they care about. The poll was conducted by Impact Research and surveyed 1,500 voters from February 21 to February 25.